I've got a key to another way. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another 42 News, your weekly dose of the news, with myself, Ali, and the other guy you see on that side of me.
Andy.
I like it, short and simple. This is what happens when you leave your own water bottle at work. You resort to using, like, your daughter's.
Wait, what bottle are you using?
This Lexi's.
What does it have on it?
Apples and stuff, I think.
That's not kiddie enough. You need a pink, like Peppa Pig bottle or like.
It's purple. It's
My Little Pony or something.
I think she's got like more than one. This is just the one she was using today. She's got one with her own name on it. There's got princesses. She's got Frozen. She's got another Disney princess of some sort, and a purple one.
You should easily get away with that using that, and no one would even notice. No one would even think it was a kid's water bottle. It's not kid enough.
It's child.
No, too grown up. No, too grown up. You need more kiddishness in that water bottle.
Shut up, Andy. Let's go on with the news.
Yes, so the first bit of news is that the Mass Effect Legendary Edition is currently the best reviewed game of the year on
We talked about it on Tuesday's show, which you can check out here in the feed if you want to see it. I would probably say it's deserved for what they've done with the game. They've definitely made an unplayable game playable 14 years later.
Plus, I mean, there honestly isn't. There hasn't been that many games come out yet this year, so
It's halfway through the year, so they've got every right to claim it.
yep. Also, Mass Effect Legendary Edition director says that he would never say no to bring back Mass Effect 3's multiplayer mode.
Yes.
Would you want this?
Yeah, and so would you. It's good fun, man. You must be playing Mass Effect 1 and thinking, why the fuck would this be good in multiplayer? But remember, this is based off of 3's engine, which is far superior. Think kind of Gears 3 multiplayer. But when you play it, obviously, if they do make this, it will come out well after the fact that even you finished it, I'd imagine. So the cool thing was that you could play as like the Turians or the Krogans or Asari or other species, and you got costumes leveling up, blah blah blah. First big multiplayer game I can remember to kind of have loot boxes in it, and what it used to do is basically Mass Effect 1 is discovering the threat, Mass Effect 2 is kind of your Empire Strikes Back, the threat wins in a way, and then Mass Effect 3 is kind of just the galaxy at war. So when you played the multiplayer, it was kind of like, can't think, like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas did it with turf wars, where you had to like, oh, your base is under attack, so you'd have to go to a certain part of the city and chase them out and stuff. So it's kind of reminiscent of that, where you're like defending planets that the Alliance hold. So it was cool at the time, but yeah, as long as it's not like a year later, then fine, it will be still in time, because I reckon you're going to be playing Mass Effect 1 and 2 a lot longer than I am, which is not a bad thing because it's your first play. So by the time you get to 3, could be the end of the year / next year, I reckon.
I mean, I think that unless this comes out within the next 3 weeks, then there's no point in it.
Really? No, well, for you maybe as a new fan, but see the old fans love it and will flood back to it.
I think if you bring it out later than the first month, like a big update like that, then it's too late.
Possibly.
People won't go back.
No, you won't go back, but the fans, like, I'm not as big a fan of the multiplayer. I think it was good. I would play it. I'm kind of more on your side, but there are plenty of fans of Mass Effect, hardcore fans, that will flood back for it. But we'll wait and see. Okay. It might not ever happen.
Watch Dogs, I don't think that's going to happen. Watch Dogs Legion's 60 frames per second mode is coming soon to Xbox Series X and S. Cool.
This is good.
They're very excited to bring this to the game. This game is already like tanked in price. You can get it for like 20 quid now.
I mean, it's a good game. I've just held off because, as I've said several times, I'm waiting on Aiden Pierce, which I believe is next month. Basically, they've rewrote the main story to fit around Aiden, so that's when I want to play it. So, yeah, cool. And it looked decent enough anyway from what I played, so this can only make it better.
Dolby Vision for gaming is now rolling out to Series X and S Insiders.
This is good.
So that's if you've got the beta build of the new operating system, basically.
This is a good thing, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it makes things look prettier.
Yeah.
I think it makes blacks look blacker, and it makes colours kind of pop more.
Bit like HDR.
I don't know. Kind of like HDR, yeah, but more so. So yeah, we'll see what that looks like. I don't know. Like, does this require your TV to be compatible with it or something?
You can't play this on like our TVs, even though they're 4K. Like this requires Dolby Vision compatible. But the next TV, true. But the next TV you have is probably going to be 120 hertz with it, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, there's a rumor going around that Sega is going to re-release Sonic 3 and Knuckles in a new Sonic collection. So obviously, Sonic 3 and Knuckles has not been released for a long time now. And supposedly the issues were surrounding the music for it because Michael Jackson was involved in the music. I'm assuming they've just ditched those particular tracks and made new ones or new versions of them.
What's that for?
Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Do you know what's going to... So, no, what they'll do is the PC version, I don't know if you remember it, it released with alternate soundtrack because of this. And some people say it was the original soundtrack before the Michael Jackson, because it's basically been confirmed, hasn't it, that he was working on this game.
I mean, it's pretty much like, yeah, but
it's blatant.
He never came out and said like, yeah, I worked on this, and like
no.
I don't think his family's come out since he died and said,
no.
Yeah, he definitely.
But that's more or less
insiders say, yeah, he worked on this.
And you can compare some of the theme songs to Michael Jackson songs, so.
Yeah. Okay, fans are apparently having a field day reviewing Nintendo Switch's calculator game. Not a game. Just a calculator.
This sounds like it's the sort of thing you've went full 2013 alley, but like definitely this is a funny thing to happen. Like it's like, what is it, top 3 still? I think it was Virgin in top 2. Great.
That is ridiculous. Fuck off.
Well, it's a well, do you know how I see it? It's an excuse to get your Switch out in maths and get away with it. Oh no, sorry, I was just using the calculator.
I mean, they would notice if you were sitting playing fucking Zelda.
Not necessarily until they walk behind you, but you think, no, you wouldn't use this in an exam, but in maths class, absolutely. Like the teachers at the front, you're sitting, oh no, it's just my calculator, look, you turn it around. 100% no, I'd do this if I was still at school. 100%.
This should never have come out. And the people that are actually reviewing this probably didn't buy the game thing. So they shouldn't re-reviewing this. All these reviews should be removed and deleted and expunged from history. Okay. I don't even know where we begin with this fucking IGN shit, man. So like IGN put up an article about how to help Palestine, and then IGN Israel complained about it, and then IGN took their article down.
Yeah.
And then IGN staff made basically another website to say that they were unhappy about it.
Yeah, so this sucks for the people working there because obviously they've got very different viewpoints from the corporate overlords. But I don't think these days in a war it's right to choose any side unless it's blatantly obvious who the perpetrator is. But in this situation, it does definitely feel like it is Israel. I know they said today it was calming down, but you look at the likes of Kind of Funny and they're actually doing things to support Palestine. They're doing streams, they're doing special shows, and that's an example of what's probably one of the many reasons Greg and the guys wanted to leave IGN, is because they were kind of restricted in what they could say, and the way that Kind of Funny's ran for the past, like, I've been listening to it for about 6 months since Sexcast started, and it seems to be ran as in he kind of lets his hosts say what they like within reason, you know, as long as it's not like so the fact that he's allowing them to speak out about this, that's cool. So I don't know. I don't really want to choose a side, Andy. I don't know in depth enough about it, and I'm not going to. You can if you want. All I care about is Scotland winning the Euros. Like that's really.
Yeah. You know what? I tried to look into this and like tried to research and find out like what the hell it was all about, because I didn't really know anything about it. Like I've obviously heard of like the Gaza Strip and all this before, and West Bank and things, but like I honestly couldn't work out like what the hell was going on. I know that innocent people have died in this, and that is bad.
It's never good, no.
Right.
But innocent people, this is my viewpoint, innocent people on both sides will have died because of this.
Yeah, absolutely. So like both sides are kind of in the wrong, but like I'm sure one side is worse in the
More
wrong than the
wrong.
other one.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that it seems to have ceasefires have been announced, and I hope all the people get helped.
Yeah.
And they managed to bring like a lasting peace to this area that seems to have been in turmoil for hundreds of years at this point, from what I can see.
Yeah, it's religious based, I'm sure, I think. And it's to do with World War II stuff that was taken, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was land was taken, if I remember rightly. And but yeah, both sides have lost like obviously soldiers as well as like a lot of innocent people. And I think Palestine's had more people die, like innocent people. So it's a shame, and like people should raise money for any innocent people that die. Fair enough.
Yeah. Tam Judge, one of your colleagues, I believe, still says, Ali, where's your hair went? Barbers have been shut for like a year now, and I used to shave my hair for years.
Can't grow his hair anymore.
Shut up! I think this is I shaved this 2 days ago. Like it's already back.
Not hair. That's a tattoo. He's got the same hair every week.
That's a tattoo. Yeah. That's all. Plus, like, it's easier drying it. Like, shaved hair is a lot easier.
Okay, Bethesda's Starfield is going to be an Xbox PC exclusive.
We knew
An
this.
insider has confirmed.
They've said it kind of in a roundabout way. This is just absolute stamp of confirmation. Me and you said that it was going to be exclusive. The minute they bought Bethesda, it was kind of, you don't pay $6 billion to release everywhere. It's not a game as a service. I reckon they're games as a service like Minecraft and stuff like this. They will be multi-format still, but games like this, PlayStation have got the big hitters. Xbox aren't stupid. They know that they needed them, so there's no way you're going to see this or Elder Scrolls on PlayStation. I don't even think it's going to be timed at this point. I think it's just flat out, this is now an Xbox game. And their answer is, it's Game Pass. If you can play Game Pass on whatever system you have, you can play it. Be it PC, be it your mobile phone these days. So you don't have to buy an Xbox just right now to play Game Pass. You don't. So
I mean, the best solution if you want to just play one specific game or one or two games is to buy a Series S. Like, it's a great deal for that. So yeah, that's what I recommend. The Division Heartland got a big gameplay leak. Did you watch the gameplay?
It's the Division.
Yeah, it looks just like the Division. I have no interest in it whatsoever. The Avengers is a much better like shared world game type thing.
You think?
Much better game as a service. Division,
That's the nicest you've been about the Avengers.
I like the Avengers.
You like the Avengers
I'd say-
campaign.
Yeah, but I would say that the Avengers multiplayer is more fun to play than the Division 2.
Oh yeah, that's hands down by far. Even with the repetitive enemies, like by far, it's fun. Don't get me. I'll give the Avengers credit. This week they've finally, almost like 7 months after release, they've released a new enemy type. Those guys with the hockey masks.
Oh my god!
I sent you pictures of it from the. I sent you pictures last night in the Red Room Takeover DLC. Photoshop. You know I'm not that good. Everybody that watches this has seen my thumbnails, knows I'm not that good. I prefer my thumbnails looking like shit because I think it's funny. I want to put out apologies actually to anyone watching that tried to watch my Mass Effect video. Previous show host Ross Shaw, still member of the news chat, did point out, so he's a viewer, thank you Ross, my Mass Effect stream, see after the main menu, it was in black, but when I was streaming it, I was on Twitch and I could view it. I could see my gameplay on Twitch, but I moved it over to YouTube when I was moving over some other stuff, and apologies for anyone that watched this. It did get 1 thumbs up, which is 100% likes when there's no dislikes, so I don't know why, because it's literally just my audio, but Ross pointed out, so I took it down. It's no longer there. Ow!
Yeah. Ellie electrocuted himself.
It did feel like a snap off my keyboard. I think I just dunted it while I was doing this.
Call of Duty Warzone has now banned over 500,000 cheaters.
That's 500,000. Why? Sucking the fun out of everything.
So stupid. Like, why cheat?
Doesn't mean you're good at the game. Like, anybody, like me and Andy could instantly go up the ranks if we could shoot through walls, but it wouldn't be any fun.
Yeah. No.
It's like standing
I mean,
in front
it
of
might
the
be fun,
dartboard and claiming a
but-
bullseye by doing that.
I did watch Marley 13 doing a video recently with
Cheaters.
with a cheater.
Oh, he
And-
reports them,
and
and
what
he's got
happened-
ties with Activision as well.
Oh yeah, you know, but what happened in this video is like this guy cheated and killed him, right? And he ended up, he managed to get the guy to invite the guy to his game and team up with him in the next game. And they went on
Yeah.
for a wee while, and then he sabotaged the guy when they got to like later in the game to make them both die. He like got him to get in a car with him and then drove him right out into the gas and like away off a cliff so that they couldn't survive. It was pretty funny.
Playing the long game.
But yeah, don't fucking cheat. Don't fucking cheat, you dicks. Australia has lifted the ban on Disco Elysium: The Final Cut after an appeal, because this game provides disincentives related to drug taking behaviour. So if you can take drugs in the game, but it's not good for you, it will make the game worse. So don't do it. But yeah, you've got the choice if you want to take it.
It's ridiculous at this stage.
Sony has patented its own game betting platform.
Yeah, this is weird, but I think it's because they're going heavy into esports, as you know, Andy.
Yeah.
It's probably for that.
It's a weird one. It allows spectators to bet money or in-game items, and the odds get determined by player history. So that's interesting. Like, I don't think that I'll do this ever, but like, okay.
I wouldn't.
fair enough.
I bet on sports. I'm not going to bet on esports.
See, I don't bet on things. Like,
I would
ever.
bet. You would bet me something. You would.
I would bet you something. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would do like a personal bet. For
Yeah.
Sure. But I've never been in a bookmaker's.
Well, I've never been in a bookies, but I've used like the apps before for like. Usually every year I put £10 in the Maple Leafs winning the Stanley Cup that they haven't won since 1967.
Fuck's sake. They're just wasting £10 every year at that point. Like.
You've got to have faith. This year they're in the playoffs, so I'll be the one laughing.
Like I actually put on like not an accumulator. what's it
Lottery.
called? Like a coupon every so often.
That's
Where
Ben.
like you pick a bunch of football teams.
Yeah.
Like say this team's gonna win, that team's gonna win. I think that's what's called.
I do that most
and
weeks for the basketball, like, but not by a lot.
And she'll put on horses for us for the Grand National, and I always pick a horse. on
Never
that.
bet on
Like,
horses.
I've never placed my own bet. Grand National only because, and I always, do you know how I pick my horse?
Funniest name, rudest name.
Funniest name.
Yeah.
Yes, I always look for the funniest name. Or I don't think they have a number 42 because I would just pick that one.
42 would be obvious, yeah. For me, like, the basketball, because, like, I chat with my mate quite a lot about the NBA, and occasionally I'll be like, who have you got on, and he'll tell me, but he bets a lot more than me. He's like a daily better, like my brother-in-law who bets on football, horses, anything that's going. Me, it's like, maybe on payday, like I'll go, do you know what, I'll put a coupon on, which is, like you said, accumulator on the basketball, and I'll pick like but I won't just do the teams that I like. What I'll do to make it fun is I'll put like a fiver on, like, and it'll be like the 9 teams playing that night, or 10 teams, and I'll just pick the winners in each, and I don't take it any further than that. I've won £55 before in ice hockey for a bet.
Oh.
That's my biggest win, and yeah.
Yeah, so I've never done the bets, so I've never lost any money. I've never won any money, so I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm probably better off than you. Like, you've probably lost more money than you've won. In fact, you've definitely lost more money than you won if you bet on the Maple Leaf to win every year.
Yeah, I do. But I mean, do you know what I mean? It's not like plenty of people I know go to the bookie. I've never been in a bookies, and I don't put bets on every day of my life. You know, like there's some people that will sit and bet. For me, it's like, no.
You'll just spend money on NBA.
Shut up.
Shit that you can't use in the next
No,
game.
I don't. It's true. I'm not going to deny it. But I did stop playing that recently, which is annoying because I do like the game. I just can't trust myself.
Okay. But would you place a bet on like an esport ever?
Never.
Do you think?
Never.
No, I don't think so either.
I
So
tell you,
some-
okay. Argument point with that, kind of similar to what you said with your friends. If it was like, say, in the group chat, which I'm going to try and instigate to happen, Fraser versus Michael in a 1v1 like sniper battle on Call of Duty that we can all just watch, I would put a bet on that.
Would you bet on? I would bet on Michael.
Depends what
Would you bet on
weapons are.
Fraser?
Yeah, I've seen Fraser pull off some stuff that Michael hasn't. Michael's a good player, but Fraser's consistent with like a sniper rifle in most games, like very consistent. Michael's generally good at tactical navigation of the battlefield, is how I'd put it.
Speed man, he's so fast.
Yeah, he's so fast. But see if it was
so fast.
if it was snipers sort of thing. Depends on the game as well. Like Halo, there've been no stopping Fraser for Michael, unfortunately. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I'm going to try and make this happen. Like, but you could also technically throw Davis in the mix. He is good at shooting games. But I would Fraser and Michael's the ones I'd want to see.
Me and you.
We'd get bored halfway. We'd start like knocking down fences and stuff. And right, let's see who can jump off the cliff first. That's me and Andy's competitions. So no, there's no point in introducing me and you. I don't know about Ross. I haven't played enough with him to determine. But I don't know if he's going to be. He may be a bit. I don't know what category Ross is for gaming at all. Couldn't tell you.
PC. That's it.
RPGs, yeah. I don't know. I think Fraser, Ross, and Michael are the no. Ross doesn't count. Michael, Davis, yeah, and Fraser. I'd bet on that, but never. I wouldn't sit down and watch like a full Call of Duty match with people I didn't know. I would potentially watch a charity match with Marley against other streamers because he's entertaining. But I'm not watching people playing these things. I suppose I'm not disheartened in esports. I'm all for it. Great, more things to boost in the video games world awareness. But I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't even watch it, being honest.
No, I probably wouldn't either. Like I like watching the speed runs when people do the like awesome games done quick, like the AGDQ.
Yeah.
I like that. That's fun because you're watching people like break the game and shit, like and work out all these different like weird ways to like do level skips and all this. And, like that's cool. I like that. And they do all these weird frame glitches things. That's fun because they're like on a clock and it's like time sensitive, but they're not like going against other people most of the time. But anyway, PlayStation 5 purchasers in China, some of them have been receiving a platinum trophy pin badge. Why did I not get this? Why did you not get this?
Yeah, I know.
My fucking platinum. I've got a platinum on PS5. Where is my platinum pin badge?
I've got a platinum on PS5. I've also got a platinum on PS5.
No, wait, what did you get a platinum for?
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, because you got the auto pop. Yeah.
Yep, still got one.
You know what? I need to actually go back and do that because like that game looked really nice, and I think that would be fun just to dick around in that world really well.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
I got the Astro Spot, what it's called, the Astro Playroom thing.
The demo.
I got the platinum for that. It's got a platinum trophy, so by default it's not a demo. Because demos don't have trophies at all. Resi didn't drop. Okay, top 10. Yeah, top 10 games for last week. Week ending 15th, so yeah, one week ago. And number 10 was new Pokemon Snap, already crashed out of the charts pretty much. Number 9, Super Mario 3D World. Number 8, Mario Kart 8. 7, Minecraft on Switch. 6, Animal Crossing. 5, Subnautica Below Zero, the new Subnautica game, which was very misleading when it was announced at the PlayStation Direct thing, because I thought that, or PlayStation, what's it called, State of Play, I thought that it was a free upgrade to this game from the regular version of Subnautica, and it wasn't. This is like a new version of the game, or a sequel or something that you have to buy new. So I'm like, oh, okay, well I've got zero interest in this then. Subnautica, would you ever play this?
No.
No. I may play, because we got it on PlayStation Plus, like the original version. I maybe play that at some point, but I actually just deleted it off my console to make space for Mass Effect updates.
I'm almost sure this is I've got this on Apple Arcade, like Subnautica. I'm almost sure there was a diving game that was on that. So, or is it Beyond Blue? I can't remember. Anyway, no.
Number 4.
Diving's a feature, not a game.
Okay. Number 3, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, up from 12. So this just means that
bundle.
Oh no, not necessarily. I think this actually just means that people bought PS5s in the last week.
True.
And then
You're right.
They all bought Spider-Man to go along with it.
Because, like, again, in our group chat, a lot of people sometimes moan that they can't get a hold of Next Gen Davis, and I sent links that you could buy right there and then. If you had clicked them when I posted them, you would have been able to get one in my group chat. People in our group chat were also offered, Davis, your PlayStation when you had an extra one and turned it down. Not naming names, Davis, but yeah.
Davis. Number two, not Davis. Resident Evil Village number 2 dropped from number 1 from last week, as expected. And number 1, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, like I predicted last week, it would go to number 1.
Do you think it's holding number 1 next week? Because I don't.
I don't think so.
I think Resident Evil might jump up again.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything coming out this week that's
There's
like
not.
a big game.
Unless
so,
something takes a sale this week, then yeah, I think Resident Evil jumps back up again, personally. I prefer Mass Effect, but that's...
FIFA could take a sale.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah, because the European Championship.
It's the Euros plus...
end of season. But then again, Pro Evo got the Euros. I noticed that the other night.
I mean, like, I prefer Pro Evo as a game, but like people are not buying it in FIFA numbers.
No.
Like, they're just not.
You're right, end of season sale might propel FIFA to number 1, because it does usually every year, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Walsall Council has been criticised for their enormous Super Mario plant pots.
No criticism.
This is amazing.
Brilliant council.
This is amazing.
We can't even get potholes fixed in here, but...
we can't get potholes fixed or anything, and these guys have got fucking giant, like,
Mario plants.
type. Like, it's awesome. Please go and look this up, because we don't have the facility to pull an image of this in, but oh my god, it's so cool. Like, I think this is amazing. I would be applauding the council if they did this up here, or anywhere that I go to, and like, I would go to Walsall just to visit these plants. And I've had no desire to ever go to Walsall in my life before.
Pretty sure in Dundee, which is home of games, there's a statue of lemmings randomly somewhere, like jumping off the edge or something.
Yeah, there is. There's a statue of Desperate Dan as well.
Yeah, Andrew Willie, I'm sure, and Beano somewhere, because that's where the comics were all from. Dundee's kind of a creativity hub of Scotland, when you think about it. I'm sure there's another gaming thing up there as well, statue-wise. I can't think of what it is.
Probably a GTA logo.
Maybe DMA. Well, it would be DMA back then, wouldn't it? Because DMA were the ones that Rockstar incorporated.
GTA, yeah. So GTA stripper pole. That's what it is.
Probably. Did DMA become Rockstar, or did Rockstar buy DMA?
No, I think they're known as Rockstar North.
Yeah, now that was rebrand, because it was originally just Rockstar, but I'm not sure whether Rockstar bought DMA, because DMA Design did Lemmings and stuff before GTA.
I am not sure
Don't know
on that one, to be honest. Not sure. I think. No, I don't know.
Do you know, I think it's crazy though, isn't it? The biggest selling game of all time that's probably never going to be beat is technically by a Scottish studio. It's hard, because regardless of what it's named now, that Rockstar began in Scotland.
Yeah, and I mean there's still a big development.
It's still a big studio there, but I mean the origins of it was there because it was founded there. But anyway, no idea.
I mean that's the studio. Like the studio in Scotland is the studio they worked on, like
Eleanor. No, it wasn't Eleanor. Eleanor was Australian.
No, yeah, I think Rockstar did bits on that, but like they're the main studio, and like obviously there are other ones based all over the world now, and they all contribute to different parts of the game.
Yeah.
So.
Of course.
Okay. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? Oh no, wait. Subnautica. The Subnautica developers have managed to use the PS5 SSD tech to shrink their file size by 70%. It was 14 gig on PS4 and it's now 3.5 gig on PS5.
Can Call of Duty Activision make note of this for this year? Not that I'm buying it this year, but
This is to do with how the game's built. Though Call of Duty, you can't do it like that because you build the.
If you optimised it.
The whole map shows up at once.
No, you're thinking of Warzone. You're thinking of Warzone, but when you think of the main Call of Duty, which is the multiplayer, smaller maps, and the campaign, then it's not all open. So
it includes Warzone as well.
No, it's a separate download, as you pointed out.
I mean, I don't know that it is. Like, it's still massive.
No,
Like, it's still so many
Warzone.
assets
You don't need to download
bring in.
Warzone with Call of Duty.
Okay, I don't know about the Call of Duty, so I cannot. Fine. So, someone, in fact, the people that made that fucking Switch calculator game have now released xylophone game.
Good.
And a piano.
Number ones.
No, do not do this. Like, just no, you don't need this. Buy the Switch cardboard piano. That's at least a little bit of fun because you get to build a thing. Don't buy this shit.
There might be musicians out there that disagree with you.
Do you know what the problem with all this is, right? The Switch is becoming a shovelware dump, and the genuinely good games are being hidden essentially by all this shovelware, utter garbage. This is worse than the Wii at this point. Like, there's more shovelware on Switch than there is on Wii.
True.
It's really bad.
And it's more prominent because it's all in the digital store. Like.
Yep. It's horrible. It's disgusting. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. Burned alive.
I mean, do you know my
And
biggest
it's
problem with
so-
it, to be honest, is that they're showing up in the pre-order section, and it's like, that should only be big games. You shouldn't have pre-order, because like you said, you're missing the bigger games, or they should at least have better categories on the Switch so that you can filter out that.
I agree. Yeah, I wish you could filter out all this shite and just have decent games in there. I think the way that the Switch had it at the beginning was amazing. It was the best digital storefront by miles because it felt.
It almost felt
they had
curated.
yeah, it felt like it was curated and there wasn't hundreds of garbage on it, and it felt like they'd brought back the Nintendo seal of quality. That you
Yeah.
have. They would only put out games that were quality games, and like some of them you would like, some of them you wouldn't. Fine,
But they were still quality in their own right, yeah.
Now you can buy a calculator game or a fucking xylophone or a piano. Like, no.
The Switch is an old console at this stage, so like, I think it's funny. The Switch Pro come out and fix absolutely none of this because it's still going to be in the same Switch
Well,
ecosystem.
Yeah.
You know, see all these people saying it's going to be a new console. All these people. I've seen a few people claiming this, and I'm like, there is no chance they're cutting off the Switch. It's got too much of an install base. What they may do is Switch Pro enhanced games at this stage, but they're not cutting off their original Switch audience. No way.
No, definitely not. Okay, FIFA 21 has done something nice this week. They've added a former QPR youth player to the game on the anniversary of his death. So he died 15 years ago this week. He actually got stabbed to death while trying to break up a fight at school. And he used to, like I say, he used to play for QPR as a youth player, but he never got to play for the first team or anything like that because he died, unfortunately. But
Did they not age him, as far as I read, as well?
Yeah, they aged him as well to be like a 30-year-old, and they've obviously bumped, like, given him stats and all that because he was never in the game before. But like, it was his dream to play for the first team and like to be like in FIFA and shit, and he never got to do it. So, so yeah, I think that's like a really nice thing to do. So they've done that now.
That's cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
They should do this
okay,
in the NBA
so,
as well. I'm sorry, but there's basketball players that died in college that never made it to the NBA.
Yeah, totally. Like, I'd be all down for that. And like, I don't think they should. I don't think they should add like every single like retired player or whatever. But like, I think when something like that,
Yeah.
it can call out things. That you can,
See, that's the weird thing about football games. Like,
yeah.
and I know it's to do with different like personal licensing and stuff, but seeing the basketball games, I can play as like the classic Bulls, but seeing the football game, you can't just go and play as like classic Man United unless they're specifically licensed that year, you know, which is a shame for football fans. I don't watch football, but that to me sucks. Like, see, if I was going to play like a football game, then I would definitely want to play as when I liked football, as the Man United team with David Beckham, Nicky Butt, Phil Scholes, you know, all them people, Paul Scholes, Philip Neville, Gary Neville, Peter Schmeichel, Eric Cantona, Lee Sharp, all those guys,
So
Nicky Butt.
You can do that, right? You just go and you buy like FIFA,
Ultimate Team,
like,
yeah, of course.
No, not that. No, not that. You can't do it in that.
I buy
And
FIFA
you would go and you would
97, I would
like,
imagine.
Yeah, like FIFA 97 or 98 or whatever it was.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
back then. That's the game you buy.
But, like, I can fight-
I think you are onto something there, right? Like, so like in FIFA Ultimate Team, they have got some players like that. So you'll get like legend David Beckham or like legend Pele and stuff like that. But they don't have all of them. Like, I don't think Nicky Butt's in there. Like, for
He's a
example,
good player.
Phil Neville, they were great players back
Phil
in
and
the day.
Gary Neville
Absolutely.
were part of the team.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, it would be awesome if you could go back and you could play like classic Man United against like current day Barcelona or something like that. That would be cool. Like,
because you can do it in the NBA, like I said. You can do it in the NBA.
Yeah.
I'm even the hockey doesn't do as prominently, but I think it's very different for the basketball as well. So there's definitely something EA could do, because like in the basketball, Charles Barkley has opted out. That's why I see in the 2K you'll notice it's like Shaq, Kenny, and Ernie, but you don't see Charles because his argument is he doesn't want the money, but he thinks that. What his thing to 2K was, if you give £1 million, $1 million to the retired players fund who played in the game before they made big bucks, he wants them to get the money. He says, I'll appear in your game, but you don't pay them any money, so I'm not appearing in your game, and that's up to him. But with the football games, you tend to see, like you just pointed out, like the David Beckham edition, and he's licensed himself. He's a very different. He's different because he is a brand name, but you know, there's the older players like don't seem to be able to be in the game. I don't know if it's the same reasoning, you know, like image ownership and whatnot, but I think like it would be fun to play as older. Of course it is, because fans of sports like that.
Yeah, I think it'd be an awesome mode to have, like where you could go and choose like that one team,
like dream matchup mode.
Yeah, dream matchup mode or something, and like FIFA needs to do something new, so. Yeah, like do that. Like that's a great idea. Like, can't believe you just came up with a good idea, or we came up with a good idea for a football game together.
Hire us.
Yes, hire us. We will fix your FIFA game. Okay, some new coming soons for Game Pass. So coming soon to Cloud, Peggle 2, Plants vs Zombies, Battle for Neighborville, Fusion Frenzy, the original Xbox game, and a Joyride. Turbo? Yeah, Joyride Turbo. MechWarrior 5 is coming to console. Conan XL is coming to console and cloud. Catch. What is that saying? Catch, Carp, and Course is coming to cloud and console and PC. SnowRunner coming to everything. Maneater coming to everything. We've already got that on Plus, obviously. Wild at Heart is coming to console and PC. That Knockout City. You know that Knockout.
That looks like it should be a free game anyway.
The volleyball game that's
Fortnite
to,
with balls.
Console. Yeah, it's coming to console and PC. Slime Rancher's coming to PC. Spell Force 2 is coming to PC. Secret Neighbor coming to PC, and Sol Asta.
I mean, none of these are for me. They're hot garbage in my mind.
Garbage, yeah.
Every game is going to want a piece of Game Pass though, Andy, be it games we like or not. So these guys have obviously went, we want in this. We're not getting sales anymore. Fire us on there. Give us the guaranteed check.
Like, I played Maneater on Plus, didn't like it. I played Conan Exiles on Plus. Very easy platinum apart from one trophy. Didn't like it though. And the only one that even interests me slightly there is Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville, because it looks okay, and me and the kid might play it together once.
Me and the kid. Are you a cowboy now?
Yeah. Peggle 2 though is a very good game, but I've played a shitload.
Peggle 1 is better, but Peggle 2 is good. I prefer the maps.
So good.
Yeah, if you've never played Peggle, try it. It's been on EA Access though.
And you can play this on your phone now. You can play Peggle 2 on your phone.
I was going to point that out.
That's a good phone game.
See, since like they brought back streaming to the phone, like Game Pass, whatever it's called, I've used it like twice to go, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I've not used that at all. GTA 5 is getting released on a new console on November the 11th. It is coming out for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S.
This is remaster, as far as I know, like with the extra cats.
Yeah, nuts, absolutely nuts.
This is a game that came out 7-8 years ago now, 2013.
Yep. And it's getting released again.
This tells me that they have no intention of GTA 6 anytime soon. I'm talking 5 years on top of this before we even hear about it.
I think it's much more imminent than that.
GTA Online's far too profitable for them to, but they've kind of separated that now, so they could always update the engine, I suppose. Like,
GTA Online will just move over, but it'll be
and the new map and stuff.
And the new map and the new engine and all that. Like, because the old GTA Online, like, it has now reached its basically limit. Like, I don't think they could do very much more with it, because it's stuck on the last gen hardware. Like, so it can't do what it needs to do to take the next step.
Yeah.
So they need to get GTA 6 out. This is the final push of GTA 5. Like, they can't do any more with it. You're going to get 6 months out of this maybe, and then GTA 6 will be on the horizon.
See,
like, it won't come out next year. Maybe 2023 that's going to come out. But
the thing is, like,
10 years after GTA 5, GTA 6 comes out. That's like
too
an
long.
incredible lifetime. It's incredible
For
lifetime.
GTA wasn't annual by any means, but you could almost guarantee it within 5 years. Usually, you know, you were going to get another one. But and then they did sequels. This is one of the. I know GTA 4 even had DLC sequels. Remember the Ballad of Gay Tony and that GTA 4, GTA Lost and the Damned. So yeah, like this one not having the side stuff's kind of baffling to me. Even capitalizing. Look at what GTA.
Online though.
I mean, GTA, they even spawned the GTA Vice City stories, GTA, you know, stories for GTA 3. And the online, you're right, online, they're like, why do we need to work on this? We're making bucket loads every day. That game's not really left the top charts since it came out either.
Yeah.
So
and the community's now just making all the content for them, like, well, these fucking races and like RPG
you can.
and all this sort of shit.
I played Nuketown in GTA, Andy. Accurate recreation, and see, because you can go in first person mode. Obviously, shooting's not as strong as COD, but it's nuts what people have done there. Plus, they added all the stuff they said.
Dream.
Yeah, they added stories though as well. So you've got heists you can actually do with your friends, like, and not just heists anymore. They've got complete like robberies of casinos, boats, everything. I just still find there's too many griefers every time I decide I'm going to load this up and play it, because people now have these rocket bikes, and if you enter a lobby with the wrong dickhead, you're never going to be able to achieve anything, which I don't like. This game, I did buy the remastered one. This one, I don't think I'm going to play it, because I finished the game on PS3 and I liked it. I have no need to play through a campaign, so at most, if GTA Online comes out of curiosity, I'll maybe fire it up to see what it looks like.
I mean, I think I've got it on both platforms. Both
You do?
Xbox app.
Because I bought it digital on PS3 for us both. Oh no, you got it later on, didn't you? From
Yeah, I got it on PS4. Yeah, because we played it on PS4, and
PS4.
I've been playing it a little bit on Xbox recently, doing some of the races and stuff. It's quite fun at times, but it's clunky. Like, it feels clunky now.
yeah, it's a dated game.
Maybe this upgrade will fix a lot of that, so we'll see.
I
don't think it will.
I don't think it will. This is more of a Mass Effect Legendary Edition version, I reckon.
Yeah, totally agree. Saints Row the Third Remastered is coming to PS5 next week, and there's a free upgrade for PS4 players. No one
wants this. No, not one person. GTA 5 it will sell. No one wants Saints Row 3. Like, no one even really wants Saints Row 4 at this point. Just release a new one. Just do 5. People will buy it, but no one's wanting 3. You've released it so many times now.
The Saints Row, so I'm pretty sure this was on Plus at some point.
Yeah.
Saints Row the Third. So, well, if you've got it on Plus, you get a free upgrade if you already own it on PS.
But this is an old mid-gen PS3 game. At least GTA 5 came out at the end of PS3.
Yeah. Mental.
Yeah.
Rockstar also says that they are making, they're going to be marking GTA 3 20th anniversary with fun surprises in GTA.
GTA 3 is not a good game. Like, it was the first steps. GTA Vice City's when it hit its stride and became what we know. GTA 3, okay, for what it is, but it doesn't play well. It's got basically no plot, and you don't care about the main character, so...
I didn't like GTA 3.
No, it's boring.
It kind of wanted to dick around, like, with, like, spawning weapon cheats and tanks and, like, all that sort of shit, but I loved GTA 1 and 2 was decent, and then I did not like the direction they went with 3, like, turn it into a 3D game. I wished they'd stayed in 2D at that point, but they fixed it with 5. Like, 5 was a good game. Nakatomi Plaza from Die Hard is, I think it's coming to Call of Duty Warzone. This is part of their 80s action hero operators, because they've added Rambo as well to fucking Warzone.
Sorry,
What
there's
do
a
you think
cat
of
up at the back of my window, and Sasha spotted it, and she was being a wee. So they're staring at each other out just now. Sasha's tail's going. Do you know what? They look horrible. The models are horrible, and you play a first-person game. I think it's a waste of a license. I understand it, even though I don't like it more in Mortal Kombat. But Sasha won. The cat's leaving the garden. Good for you. And this is a first-person shooting game. Like, what's the point? You don't see your face. The mirrors don't work. So.
Yeah, the mirrors don't work.
What's the point? You're spending money on something like that's what I don't understand. I understand if they'd done this in Fortnite, yeah, that would be cool. I don't understand that in this, because if you spend the money in this, you're never seeing your player character unless you get a death cam. And what's the point? What's the point of spending this money? You could just fire it up tonight and go, do you know what? I'm John McClane. No.
Yeah, kind of the same thing. Yeah.
And they're horrible renders. They're horrible renders. I think they've based Rambo off the potato version game from the PS3, I think. And Bruce Willis, that's not Bruce Willis. That's Bruce Willis's skeleton in 10 years' time.
I don't have any interest in playing as those characters.
Why would you?
Buy them as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, but why would you? I understand weapon skins more than this, because you can see your weapon in COD. What's the point in buying a skin for a character you're never seeing unless it's in a death cam? Don't get it. Don't get it at all.
GTA 5 has now sold 145 million copies.
And it will sell more.
145
That's
million
insane.
Copies. And yeah, of course it'll sell more with the
remaster,
with the new gen version. Easy, that's going over 150, 160, probably up to 170.
170, I would say. I think by the end of its life, when it's pulled from shelves, it'll hit close to 180, 190, maybe even 200 million by the end of its life cycle. Bear in mind, this game's still charting.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. Okay, Nintendo has revealed a new Zelda and Loftwing amiibo for Skyward Sword HD, and it's going to launch on July 16th. This is fucked up.
This is the worst thing Nintendo. This is a Capcom back in the day move, where it's not even. Like, so in Skyward Sword, I've played maybe more of it than Andy. I've played a good few hours of it. I've done a few dungeons.
I've never played it, just to be clear.
So, I mean, I'm not even midway through the game, but see, to get back to the main sort of base, which you need to sometimes, you can only do it from finding a save point, which are sporadically placed, as you can imagine. So you're either going to have to backtrack or fight your way through another area / puzzle to get to it, to travel back to Skyloft, which is the main city. Whereas this is simply just, this is like took basically the feature of pause out your game, or like fast travel. This is a fast travel amiibo, enabling you to fast travel, which is a fucking game feature. It's not a bonus for an amiibo. A costume's a bonus for an amiibo. In-game items are a bonus for an amiibo. A new monster to fight, armor, that's an amiibo.
A companion was going with you.
A companion, yeah, like in Twilight Princess. This is an in-game menu. This is an in-game feature. Like, imagine saying, yeah, you can fast travel, but it's going to cost you an extra 20 quid, because this isn't standard amiibo pricing either. This is 20 to 25 pounds. More probably in the scalpers market, and that's charging you £20 to fast travel. Fuck off. I'm still buying the game.
Has this amiibo gone up for pre-order yet?
Yeah, in America.
Right.
Over here, so I'm not sure.
It comes available for pre-order. Fucking order 2, because like this is going to go nuts as amiibo. This is going to sell out instantly.
It is, I do agree, but see, for my own personal use, for one, that I'll probably just buy a card off eBay for like £2, which will release within the first month. Like,
but you have to wait then, because you're not going to get that day one. You're going to need to wait until the amiibo comes out, until somebody like rips it off. That's going to take like a week.
It doesn't take that long though, because I can scan amiibo tags, you know, so all they're doing is 3D print a card or whatever.
So why don't you be the guy that does this?
What sells them? Because it's technically skirting the law, Andy. This is piracy on eBay. Technically, it's stealing.
Sell it as a card that just it might do something.
Well, you wouldn't sell the card. What you would sell is like the pouch for the card. And then you're not selling the card on eBay. It comes as a free gift.
Okay, Fortnite's NBA tie-in is confirmed to be real, and it boasts a basketball back bling you can play with. It's basically the same as the football.
This is cool, and I've wanted this for a while, as you know, Andy. So I will definitely. I'm kind of hoping it, and I don't think it will be. I was hoping it would be one purchase and you get all the teams, but they will sell every team individually to you here. I will definitely be getting my Toronto Raptors outfit, no questions. The weird thing is the LeBron skin isn't mentioned here, but it still could come, because sometimes they drop that as well, like the LeBron pack. I would probably buy the LeBron pack as he's like a player, depending if they drop like maybe a Toronto Raptors player at the same time. Obviously he's getting preference, but this is cool. I like it. And I probably will get the Toronto Raptors skin. That's why I'm saving my battle pass, what is it called, crew pack money this month, because I know I think that's 3 AM tonight it drops in UK time.
Awesome. Super Bomberman R Online is coming over to the Switch next week, and it's free to play, and this is the game that Google said could only, or the developer said could only work on Stadia. I will play this, actually. Like, will you give this a shot?
I like Bomberman. I will always give it a shot. I didn't enjoy the one in the Switch particularly, but yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, like, I didn't enjoy this one on the Switch either very much, but that's because the single player campaign was crap. But a free to play Bomberman game, like multiplayer, that could be fun. Like, I'm down to give that a bash.
Sold out already. So sorry to go to a previous story. The Amiibo, Zelda and Loftwing, this is on Shop 2. They always put up pre-orders early. £24.85. Sold out.
That Amiibo's going to be 50 quid.
Within a week.
Cool.
The thing is, Nintendo's official site always hold the pre-orders back to closer to the time, but I'm kind of banking on finding one on Amazon, because I'll definitely buy one. This will double in price, if not more. There will be cheeky people trying to sell this for £100. There will be.
Yep. Keep an eye out for it, though. If you come across one, definitely pick one up. I actually don't like the design of the Amiibo.
Nope. Like, it should be a lot bigger as well. Like, the bird's tiny for what they are in the game. Yeah. And I mean, they've done big Amiibos before. They should have done this the size of Magnum Aloe for Monster Hunter.
Okay, so the Deep Silver. This is my favourite news story of the week. So Deep Silver has founded a new studio called Free Radical Design, which is like it's a new version of a studio, because there was already a studio called Free Radical Design before. But they've separately founded this game to work on Time Splitters, the series. Yes. All the yes. I loved the Time Splitters games back in the day, and like I can't wait to see what they can do with like a modern day Time Splitters. It would be so cool.
I'm excited, but I wasn't the hugest of fans, not as big as you, but Time Splitters 2 was cool. These are kind of the evolutions of Perfect Dark. I'm sure some of the team of Perfect Dark worked on these as well.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, the more recent one wasn't great. Future Imperfect on the PS3, I think it was. No. It was no.
Okay, the Evercade. So Evercade VS starter pack is been confirmed and whatnot. And obviously we spoke about this before. Evercade VS. The starter pack comes with the console, a controller, Technos Arcade 1 cartridge 01, which is basically season 2 cartridge 1 of the parts. And that's going to be available for pre-order on May 28th, which is like next week. So when we're in the news next week, you'll be able to pre-order this. It's going to be $89.99. Quite a good price.
Reasonable. Reasonable, because the cart's coming at $14.99. You've got to say a controller would be about $14.99. There's £30 itself. So yeah, they're also doing a Founders Edition, though, Andy, that comes with all 4 of the Season 2 carts, plus what we'd imagine, it might not be the last 2 of Season 1, 21 and 22, which I hadn't even pre-ordered yet, so we'll see.
And how much is it for that bundle?
Like 150.
Still a good price.
Yeah.
Like,
you get 2 controllers with that as well, Andy. You get a metal art book, a keyring, a cartridge case holder, which is quite cool as well.
You're 100% buying that.
Probably.
Like, I guarantee you. I like the idea of this RetroCade thing, right? Like, and I love what they've done with the box arts and like
yes.
even the content controller and stuff. Like all that looks cool, and the handheld looks great. I just don't like any of the games that are on this.
Yet,
Like,
that's
none
the
of
thing, because the interesting thing with this, Andy, which came out during the review, full review, they've got L1, R1, R2, L2 buttons, and they've specifically said this is for 90s games.
Okay.
We'll wait and
Once
see.
they start putting out games that I'm interested in playing again, then yeah, I'll be happy to dive in.
I think
But
that's season 4.
I do love the box art. Yeah, four. I do love the box art and stuff like that. Like,
and the instructions and
yeah, and yeah, it's a really well made piece of.
yeah, and it got rave reviews for the handheld. And the cool thing, what they're doing with this as well, for people that don't know, is they're doing cloud saves. So the next update for your handheld will give it the feature to upload a save, you know, and then you can continue playing it on your home console version. So yeah, I'm already a collector of the. I've got all the ones released so far, and I've got all the other ones pre-ordered up to 20. So it's very collectible.
Yeah, definitely. One day, once we're allowed to actually visit people's houses again,
This would be cool.
Probably have a thought of Ali's one.
Yeah, definitely. We'll play some Worms.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's if the two daughters don't try and take the controllers off us at this point.
No, they won't care about that. They'll be like, "What is this old shit game?" Don't care about this.
You're probably right, yeah. I tried to get Liz to play a classic tonight. She was like, "No, daddy."
Okay, technical issues are restricting Biomutant to only 1080p 60 frames per second on PS5.
It's just like PS Now.
4K has been deactivated because of stability. I don't like the look of this game, honestly. Like, do you have a desire to buy this game?
I'll let you guess.
No.
Correct. Looks awful. It
Yeah,
looks like garbage that would be ignored in the shop.
It looks like a AA game from like the PS3 era. The graphics look okay, but nah.
The
Definitely.
problem is these days, and I just realised that as you said that, see, like, games used to get advertising, EA games, COD, Mass Effect, Gears, blah, blah. Too many games now can get advertising because it's so easy to get a social media platform these days and free. So some games are getting highlighted when they maybe shouldn't, and this is one that back in like even the PS3, early PS4 era would be completely looked past in the shop, you know, in my mind. No offence to it, I'm sure people worked hard on it.
Like, yeah, it's like a Heavenly Sword game or like a
Yes.
Enslaved or something like that. Enslaved was a good game and it's probably criminally overlooked.
It was
but,
looked.
Like, this is gonna be like those type of games. It's gonna sell like that amount. It's not gonna sell much.
No.
Okay, Gears of War 3 prototype for PS3 has been released online.
So
What?
this was made
What?
to test the Unreal Engine on PS3, and it doesn't run well, as a lot of PS3 ports didn't. But Xbox 360 had a very different architecture from PS3. After that, they're basically two different PCs in a box with different specs, but more so this generation. Xbox 360 Gears 3 was designed around its architecture first and foremost, so it's impressive they've done this. But then the fact that it's laggy, and I seen all the fanboy comments, it's like, sure, the 360 in my mind was better, but Andy likes PS3, but you compare Uncharted to this and it shows you the PS3 wasn't a worse console. Look at Uncharted 2, 3.
Yeah,
Last
totally.
of Us, get a grip.
These games look way better than Gears of Brown. Do not play Gears of Brown on a PS3.
No.
Even if you've got a dev kit, I wouldn't even bother.
No.
It's a waste of time. It's very good.
If you've got a dev kit, you've got access to a 360.
Yeah, exactly. Or an Xbox One or Series X, then
Yeah.
you can play the game better. So PS5 outsold Xbox Series X by more than double in Q1 2021. I'm actually surprised by this because I've seen more Series X's available to buy in the UK certainly than PS5s for sure.
Yeah, but a lot of the weirdest thing for me wasn't that, it was the fact that both of them do sell out. So it's like, did PS5 just have more units than Series X, maybe?
I mean, they're both good consoles. And like, if you're gamers like us, you're going to want to have both.
Yeah.
Or at least a PS5 and like and a Series X.
I still flip between both just evenly. I've not settled on one, and usually half a year into a console life cycle I've kind of decided I like both for their own things. Yeah, so
I will say though that if I'm buying a game, spending money on it, I will prioritise PlayStation.
That's because you're an OG PlayStation fanboy, and that part of you's not going to leave ever. For me, that's bounced between both so much, as you know, like I flip-flopped on what I like more. Last generation that it was really prominent was the 360, but see, this generation, neck on neck. Last gen, PS4 was miles ahead for ages, but Xbox One turned it around at the end. But yeah, I just think Series S is widely available constantly, but Series X, every time you see it, it still sells out as fast as PS5. Like, because I was checking that link the other day when I posted it, sold out under 5 minutes, both of them, like just gone. So I just reckon this news story is based around the fact that PS5 had more units, and I also think that they're counting discless in with disc, which to them, like, Xbox Series X discless version is the Series S. They won't count that in with Series X sales, so.
No, they're not. The Xbox Series S in the UK, you could buy it right now and get it tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But like your PS5 discless and disc version are selling out just as fast, so they've got technically double the units if you want to think of that way, because they're selling 2 variants of their console. Series X is selling 1, and then again maybe Sony just did higher production, got those silicon chips quicker.
Yeah, maybe they grease some palms to get more silicon chips.
Yep.
I do think though, like, if your kid wants to play Fortnite, the new version
Series
of
S.
Fortnite, the best version, buy the Series S, because that version is really great. And $250 for a Fortnite box that will play Fortnite
without the need for gold, Game Pass, anything. You can download Fortnite for free and play it now for free.
Yep, fast loading. Get yourself this plus a Game Pass subscription, and obviously you're only going to be able to cycle 2 or 3 games at a time with some of the games, but like, yeah, the Series S is a great price unless you really, really want the 4K like gaming and stuff. So yeah, Series S
Series S is the kid's bedroom one.
Yes, like that's what I would buy for my kid if I was buying
a next gen for her. Yeah.
No. If I was buying a next gen for her, I would buy a PS5 digital probably, but because she likes PlayStation better. Because of course she does.
Because you've been forced to.
She's my kid, and she takes after me, of course. Okay. A new Tony Hawk game might have been accidentally reviewed by a rock band.
So this rock band was by Majera's brother, Jess Majera. Jess Majera said this, CKY, who are quite rightly known as one of the main standouts of the Tony Hawk soundtrack. Love them, I hate them. This
one song. 96 quite bad.
No, they were in more than one. They were in. Oh, you're meaning they just did one song in your mind. Okay, so they had more than one song in real life out on other Tony Hawk's games. However,
one good song then. All the other songs are bad.
In your opinion, but like, I used to really like them. So what I think this is revealed, Andy, and this will make a lot of sense because people are like, oh, for some reason, just because Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 came together, people are bundling in 3 and 4, right? Now, even back in the day, 4 was a very different game. It was the first one where it was kind of open, you could get off your board, run. Tony Hawk's 3, if you remember, originally came out by itself on the PS1 remasters, remember, as DLC. I think Tony Hawk's 3, this is not 3 and 4 that everyone's saying it is. I think Tony Hawk's 3 is in the works. It's been already made and finalised by that team before they were pulled off because it's in the same engine as Tony Hawk's 1 and 2, even in the old games, so it's not difficult to move levels over. And plus, like, seeing the PS3 remake, like I said, you get 1 and 2 together and 3 was DLC. I think this year, by summer next year, we'll see Tony Hawk's 3, and I think it won't have Tony Hawk's 4, and it'll be a slightly more budget price than the first 2. So I think this is 100% accurate, because every time everybody said Tony Hawk's 3 and 4 will come out now, I'm like, 4's not getting bundled with 3. Everyone sees it as the original trilogy, and then 4 and then the rest of them. And 4 was the first one people were like, what do you mean you can run about off your board and stuff?
Yeah, so I've got no interest.
No, you don't. But then, sorry, I wasn't finished. Just because you're rudely interrupting because you've no interest in Tony Hawk's. I think after that, the next move is to re-release Tony Hawk's as a brand new game, set in the style of 1 to 3. Because see, if you do 4, people are going to be like, what about Underground? Then it's a whole headache because you're making a full open world game with BMX's jackass character likenesses you're going to have to pay for again. You know, it's too crazy. So what they do, they release 3, take a year or 2 off, finish off their Call of Duty stuff, and then they come back and they make just Tony Hawk's, the new one. They make that.
Yeah. Okay, an original Xbox dashboard Easter egg has been uncovered after 20 years.
This is nuts.
I think this.
It's got a South Park
Actually,
reference.
Yeah, so if you go into music and then insert an audio CD,
Mhm.
then from the audio CD screen choose copy.
I used to love this because you could rip your disc to the Xbox.
Yeah. You delete the default soundtrack title and replace it with, in no quotes,
With 26
So-
Ys.
26 Ys. Basically, just fill the entire field and then replace the last one with an exclamation mark. Sit for a spell and enjoy the sounds of the hard drive stealing the disk's essence. Then, when the ripping completes, back out to the main menu. Choose settings and then system info, and you should now see a new screen listing members of the Xbox dashboard team.
Like, no one guessed this, so this has to be someone ripping the original code and finding that. There's no way you can guess that.
So it's a source that's given this to Kotaku.
Someone that used to work there, maybe?
Yeah, it must have been, yeah. And I'm reading this from purexbox.com just to cite them. They've given the guide of how to... Although I think they've just like copied it. Kotaku, so some Kotaku. We don't like Kotaku.
Rubbish website.
Kotaku. Rubbish website, yeah. But yeah, so you can now do that. Cool. Interesting. I don't think I'll do that.
I don't think we need to, but like they were interviewed and said, why is it only come out now? And they said because we didn't think anyone would ever find it, and it was only used as an internal joke thing. So, and plus, if you're wondering what Timmy is, he's a character from South Park back. I don't know if he still is, but back then in South Park was huge when the original Xbox launched. But I totally forgot until I read this that when the very short months, it wasn't even a full year, I had my original Xbox. I played Saints Row 1 on it, and I played Halo, and that was about it. I was sick of it at that point. But you could, and NBA, I played the NBA games, you could put your soundtrack on and play it like while you're playing a game. Like, and back then that was cool because PlayStation 1 you can rip your songs onto it, and it didn't have a built-in hard drive, and PS2 was the same. You couldn't rip your song. Could you rip your songs in PS2?
I don't think so.
I don't think you could, but on this you could.
I don't even know if you could on PS3. I know you could put like downloads on.
You could put MP3 files, yeah.
Yeah, and you could listen to them, no bother, videos and all that. Like, it was a real good multimedia machine. Actually.
Yeah, actually, it was better at TV than Xbox One was. So like,
it was. Yeah, like I had a giant hard drive.
Yeah.
Like, at that time.
I forgot.
Hard drive or something plugged into it like at all times.
Because remember I had my red PS3 Slim, and I had my Super Slim in the bedroom that was like, back then 500 gig, like half a terabyte was huge storage wise for a PS3, and I had my console full of games, but I also loaded stuff from my hard drive like movies and stuff to watch upstairs. Yeah, I forgot about that. Much better multimedia machine than PS4.
Totally. I remember borrowing a hard drive off of a guy I knew, and he just loaded it up with shit, and like I just plugged it into my PS3 and watched parts of the TV shows. That's where I first watched Arrested Development, actually.
Was it? Yeah, I used to have it with like Clark and Lois, the New Adventures of Superman, and all these things.
I think that's how I watched Smallville as well, if I remember rightly. Like I downloaded them, put them on a hard drive, and played it on my PS3.
More than likely it was, because it was better doing that on a TV than watching through your laptop. Because back then we didn't have the streaming capabilities that we do now.
Okay, so Twitch has created a hot tub category. So it's created a new category for pools, hot tubs, and beaches. And I've got a breaking news story for you as well. 42 Level 1 is going to be doing a hot tub stream. No, we're not.
We should for charity.
I mean, do you have a hot tub? I don't have a hot tub.
I've got the kids' paddling pool. I could blow up the kids' paddling pool. Sit in the bath.
I mean, it's pools, hot tubs, and beaches category, right? They've taken it.
I'm not going down to a beach to stream.
I know. These hot tub streams were all in the just chatting category before, so they've now put it in its own category. So I think so they can segregate it away, because people were complaining that all these like people were doing these hot tub streams that were basically just scantily clad girls like riding about in a hot tub.
No, that's exactly what it is.
It's like, what? Why? Like, what is that all about? What the fuck? Why? But it's not going away. It's becoming more and more popular. So Twitch is like, okay, well, there's a place for you guys. Just fucking go over there. And see, there's all these people that are doing the just chatting thing. Just leave them alone, right? Okay, go over there in your corner and have fun. Do what you want. But obviously, you're not allowed to be naked or anything on Twitch. So, like, these people still need to be careful. It's a strange one. Like, I don't think I've ever watched a Hot Tub stream. Like,
I've watched
did you
Hot
watch a
Tub Time Machine. It was a good film.
I haven't even watched that.
No,
Like,
I don't watch Twitch. I don't get the whole thing of watching people just play the. I know we do on the show, but like I would rather watch somebody like make funny videos, like, or I prefer documentaries rather than just straight streaming. Personal viewing. It's different when it's your friends. Like Andy's really entertaining when he does it, so I like watching him because when he gets
I like watching Fraser. Like, I love watching Fraser play a game. Not so much Call of Duty and stuff, but like if he's playing a story game.
Yeah, sometimes.
Especially one that I've played already.
Yeah, I don't. To be honest, I don't watch anybody really that much. But what I'm saying is that this content wouldn't get me to watch either. I would much rather watch somebody like like Did You Know Gaming style when it's like a documentary about a game.
Yeah. Like, you're more YouTube than Twitch. Like,
Yeah.
I've watched Twitch people now and again, but like I'll usually what I'll do is I'll dip in for like 10 minutes, watch for a bit, and then be like, oh, I need to look something else on my phone, and then Twitch doesn't like keep playing when you go out of it like YouTube does. So I'm like, oh well, I've stopped watching now. I'm done. Like, I think if Twitch kept playing like in minimized mode, like same way as like YouTube does for us,
Yeah.
I would probably watch more Twitch because I would leave it running while I'm doing other things. But yeah, Twitch requires you to have active participation in some way.
It's just not for me. It's like esports, amateur esports. I know some folk do it to record. Some folk do it to record their shows and stuff. All fair play to them, but I just don't enjoy it. I'd rather play a game than watch somebody play a game. Like, some people enjoy that. Remember Fraser used to watch someone finish a game and then say that he'd finished it on the show? Cheater.
Yeah. The Twitch does have other things though. Like there's like music on Twitch as well.
It's
like,
too late.
Go on and play.
Why would
stuff on it?
I would rather watch YouTube for that.
No. But like there's for like live streams, like it's good for that. Like I think it's better for most live streaming events.
I always see it as a gaming platform, and I always see it as a gaming platform. And it's weird though. There is an audience for people watching people play games, and a lot of the times it is scantily clad girls or low cut top girls. I'm not being offensive here. It is. There are some good guys there, obviously, but that's the sort of audience they're attracting. These girls, I'm not saying every girl's doing it. There's some popular girls that wear normal, appropriate clothing, but there's a big chunk of the marketplace that probably got.
Whatever you want, whatever you want.
Yeah, I agree with that, but there's certain girls. I'm not saying this is all. There's certain girl streamers on the channel that know what they're doing to get views.
You know what? We should stream in mankinis.
No one will watch that. But that's what it's not the point. Like, I'm not saying it's every streamer. I'm just saying there's a big chunk of Twitch that gets its revenue from these the fake gamer girls that don't really game, that just sit there with a headset and a controller and just dress scantily clad for the audience. Those are the people that annoy me. I don't mind men or women if they're entertaining enough doing normal streams, but if you're doing a stream like this, they're not paying to watch you play.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, Twitch is diversified so much that it's not just about games anymore. Like,
not for me.
You've got people answering questions and chatting.
It can
and, like,
diversify itself back up Jeff Bezos' butthole. I prefer YouTube. Maybe I'm just too old.
Okay, you can unlock Mass Effect Normandy SR1 as a frigate skin in No Man's Sky for a limited time.
This annoys me when it's limited time because I want this now.
How do you get it?
I think there's like a season event or something you have to take part in to unlock it, which is annoying, which means I can't just log in and claim it, which is what I was hoping for. And this is, I might need to fire it up at some point, maybe tomorrow if I get a chance. Well, I'm working, but like after work, I need to see how difficult it is to achieve this.
I don't think I care about this.
It's fine. Like, I do a lot.
If it's easy to get it, then let me know. And I'll
Yeah.
get it, so. Yeah, you pulled out a quote from this article, like about Twitch's thing. That I thought it was really funny. I think we need to read it. So, Twitch said that being found to be sexy by others is not against our rules. and Twitch will not take enforcement action against women
Imagine-
or anyone on our service for their perceived attractiveness.
Yeah, right, so see what you were just saying there. Like, obviously I said men as well, but like, why didn't it say women or men?
Yeah.
Because I'm lucky that this is a thing, because otherwise we'd be kicked right off Twitch. But do you know what I mean? Like, somebody's argument, someone's argument was, listen, it's not my fault if they find it sexy. That was their argument, and it won. They're technically right, but that was the argument. That was the probably lawyer that said this, or
People find all sorts of weird shit sexy. Like,
feet,
I mean, I don't even want to list all the
shoes,
things
and
that
feet.
shoes and feet, like weird things. But some people like that, and
Each
like,
to their own.
Okay. Some people might like it if like a streamer just had their hand up to the camera the entire
Yeah,
time.
some folk like
And they're
hands.
Like yeah, just like a hand fetish or something. Like look at my hand, and I just stream like this the entire time.
Yep.
Like, is this entertaining for most people? No. Is it entertaining for some people? Yes. Will they find it sexy? They might.
I think when you do that, you're sexier.
Maybe.
Do I look better like
But
this?
yeah.
What was that noise? Do you have a hand fetish, Andy?
No, definitely not.
Do they call you Handy
yeah,
Andy in
yeah.
the circuit?
No.
I think they do.
But yeah, it's just a weird one. We're going to stick to YouTube, I think, with Twitch and all the weirdness. And I also don't like
Twitch
hot
is-
tubs. So like,
Twitch is
jacuzzi
just...
is okay.
A hot tub's
Not
just
hot
a bigger toilet you can sit in, isn't it?
Pretty much it. It's a bath. It's go and sit in a bath.
I mean, like, make your money however you want, but it's not for me.
No. We will not be doing any hot tub streams. Or
I might,
film streams.
I would do one, but like, I'm not going to watch one. That's the difference.
So you would do a hot tub stream,
Yeah,
but wouldn't.
yeah.
What would you do in the hot tub?
Don't know. What do they do in the hot tub?
I mean, they ride around, like, I think. I don't
can
know,
do
I've
that.
never watched one. I assume that's what they do.
I can do that. If you want to see a shaved head, bearded, fat from lockdown Scottish guy riding a hot tub, let me know in the news. How's this deviated from the news to me riding in a hot tub? I could do it in a ball
so if
pit
you
because I've got a ball pit sitting here.
Yeah, but that would be funny. That would be like a funny skit. Like, just you being in a hot tub is not something people need to see. Oh my god. But yeah, there's no other news. That's it.
Some people might want to see it. You like hands? You don't know.
I don't like hands.
Spread the news. Bet you rewatch this bit just to see yourself doing that. Handy Andy.
I can see myself doing it anyways.
Anyway, this is deviated far too far off of the beaten track. So yes, thank you very much for tuning in, watching, and this has been your news for the week. If you want to hear the news again and anything else that we do throughout the week, Andy, where can they find us and what can they find us doing and when?
You can find us right here on youtube.com/42level1
Okay.
every weekday 9 PM UK time. On a Monday you've got me still sucking at Bloodborne. On a Tuesday you've got the 42 Level 1 podcast. We talk about all the games we've been playing through the week. On a Wednesday you have Gears of Wednesday where me and Ali are playing through the Gears of War series. We're currently on Gears 5, not Gears of War 5, Gears 5, because they dropped the of War part for some reason. On a Thursday every week, except for this week, you can find Ali doing Gadabout Thursdays where he does whatever the fuck he wants. This week he took the week off.
Had to. Didn't have any choice, but like last night was long. Tonight's going to be long as well, but I do have a video planned that I may be able to get done Saturday night. Hopefully get it up on Sunday. If not, then it will be next week for that.
And then on a Friday, you're right back here with us on the 42 News Show where we wrap up all the video game news stories of the week that you need to know about.
So do all the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever. Do you want to see Andy in a hot tub? Comment below. We'll make it happen.
Nobody will.
We'll make it happen.
We will not.
Andy in a hot tub playing Resident Evil 7.
If you subscribe and like, I promise I will not do that.
If you do it, then I will get him to do it. In a VR headset. Well, no, that's dangerous in a hot tub. No VR.
I would die. I would electrocute myself.
If you want to see
mean, you
that,
could do
share
it-
it twice.
No, you could do it with
You need
with
a
an Oculus
Patreon.
Go. No, you could do it with an Oculus Go because you wouldn't have any cables.
No,
So you'd be
it's
alright.
ridiculous in a hot tub. Like, don't do that. Don't. This is not a recommendation for anyone. We went from Andy's sex fetishes being hands to don't VR in a hot tub. Anyway, folks, the week has took its toll on both me and Andy's sanity, clearly. Thank you very much if you've tuned in and watched, and we will catch you all next Friday. So on behalf of myself and Andy, bye.
Don't show your hands. I'm waving my elbows.
See, that's the thing. Like, see, when people say show of hands, do you go yes?
I don't have a thing for hands at all. Like,
I'm not sure if I believe you now because you're the one that brought it up. You're very specific about hands.
I do not.
You mean some people have a fetish for hands, and you seem
Which
to
is
be
what-
very in the know of people that stream hand fetish streams because I would not have done that to the camera, but you seem to be very well versed. Anyway, I better take us off here.